What's up everyone? Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. We're back today with the TruGolf E6 Apex Golf Simulator software. We did a first look of this just a few days ago. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. I actually go out and show you guys a lot of the different styles of these courses that are now being released. This is actually slated to be a public release here when this video launches. It's hopefully going to be this week. So stay tuned for that. What I thought I would do, a lot of people asked for this, is we would go out and play some golf. So I only hit a couple shots. I was mainly focused on the graphics and the looks. We adjusted weather, did all kinds of things in that first video. I'll actually put a link to that video down in the description. But let's go out and play some golf, see what this looks like, ball physics, things like that. All right, I decided to go with Teeth of the Dog just because I showed a lot of Pebble Beach in the first video. And then there's also Lofoten Links. Those are all the premium courses that are currently available. And then you have those on-demand courses as well. We'll probably have to go out and maybe do 9 holes on an on-demand course. You guys let me know what you think down in the description. And as always, if you guys are looking to build a home or commercial golf simulator, make sure you shoot me an email. Helping tons of people, want to make sure I'm saving you the most amount of money and help you get what works for you. You know, through my various partners, it helps support the channel too. So I'll put my email pinned to the top of the comments and down in the description. Hole number 1, a par 4, leaves it pretty open down there. Nothing too crazy. See if we can lay one down there and get off to a good start.
That's tracking right for the sand.
So it's funny, I hit that little toey and I had that draw to it. So it gets me over there into that bunker, which I'm okay with. Not too bad. I mean, it was a good swing. 161 mile per hour ball speed to fire things off. Not too bad. The one thing I've noticed is the different courses having different sand texture. And I also wanted to point out, because a few people asked, I'm playing with penalties on, and I actually like that it gives you a percentage. Now I need to verify if that's a percentage of power and spin, or if it's just power. I'm actually a fan of knowing what my penalty is going to be, because when I'm outside, I can see my lie, and you're going to have a pretty good idea if it's going to be heavy, if it's going to come off hot, you know, whether you're going to get spin, be able to contact the ball well or not. So I don't like playing blind. I really want to know what the result's going to be so I can play for that distance. Now, I actually grabbed a 58, and I'm looking now, it's 96 yards, so I think I'm going to play a 54 because of that deduction. I am playing with the TruGolf Apogee launch monitor. Just figured why not native hardware to software. But they have some integrated systems. A big list coming. Lots of people asking about Unicore. That's coming hopefully any day here. I do like the bunker
play into the short
splash.
Stuff. Good shot.
I'm playing with soft greens. So I do want to point that out. If you're wondering why the reaction is the way it is, I wanted to play soft. You know, I play a lot of soft greens in Michigan with you know, rainy summers that we've been having. And I've, you know, obviously played some hard greens as well. Now that spun 82.75 and I clipped it really well. I'm thinking the 10% is power and spin, but I do want to verify that with them. 24 feet, only an inch uphill, so it's playing just over 25 feet, let's say. I think I have the stimp on 10, so try to think of this in my head. Oh, I just needed to aim a little left.
Jay is so close he can smell the flagstick. And what do you know? It's a gam.
I feel like I have to leave the commentary on. Some people might be like, I would never leave that on. And some people might say, I think it's hilarious. But I feel like if I'm going to demonstrate
Jay steps up
software,
to the tee.
I'm going to have to leave the options on, at least in this round. All right, so we're off and running and not complaining at all. Let's see what we've got here. So I don't know if I'm going to keep hitting that. The one thing someone asked, and I thought this was actually a really good point, you can see I'm over on the mini map here. They said, are there going to be out of bounds markings? And I think that's actually a good point. I don't see those on the map now. That's something we'll have to probably ask them about. You can go to your drone camera, a fly through, change tracer settings, or move the ball if you're dropping. This is an interesting view I haven't shown yet. So it's like a side drone view of the hole, like a side perspective. I don't know if I've seen that before. So that's something different. And then you can obviously do your normal drone, which I showed in the first video. And I will probably do some other drone previews as we go on, but
They are going to need a lucky break.
yeah, that was definitely a Healy, and not gonna be that bad though. I mean, these are okay drives for me. A little bit low on the face, generating more spin than I normally generate, honestly, but I'm not complaining at all. 64 and a foot uphill, and I'm losing 5% in the rough. All right. I like the shading here. So I like the ball sitting in the rough. That grass does look nice. Edge of the bunker has some kind of grass sticking out. I'm trying to pay attention to this as we play. This is a unique look at all the graphics. 64, losing 5%. Question is did I smoke it? Yeah, I really did. 74-yard carry. And I kind of felt that right out of the gate, and I should have looked at the pin position. I didn't have much room. I figured get it there, and if I was paying attention and not talking to you guys about graphics and being distracted, I would have given myself a better shot. So now we've got a difficult chip, but I like that we get to show you guys chipping like this and the reaction. So 39 feet, a little bit uphill. I almost have to probably land it at 20 and let it roll up is kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, almost a hole out. And I almost didn't clip it quite
And
the way I
here
wanted
comes
to.
Jay,
I wanted to have it
looking to
this
wrap
little
up this
low,
par four.
you know,
The
hit
ball
and
has
run
stopped
like I
just
was
inches away
explaining
from
there.
the cup again.
It was a little thin, honestly. So I kind of got away with that.
Jay is
Not-
teeing off on the third.
Not complaining. You know, it's funny, when I went to play a couple holes testing this out, the AI did say different things. So I'm hearing different things. You know, it was joking around about some answers that I put into its questionnaire, and then now it's kind of just talking like, you know, I'm up on the hole. So it is various. Now I'm gonna go play with weather just a little bit for you guys. Let's say that it's getting a little later in the day, just a little more shadows. And if it was just getting a little cloudy, like there was some potential rain coming in, that actually darkens it a lot. I'm not gonna do that. I almost wish you could have one more setting in between. Maybe that's something that they can do. But I like having some shadows on there just so you guys can see the detail of what it looks like. So this is a par 5 scoring opportunity here. Oh, I hit that really well. See, now that's getting the spin closer to 2,000 for what I'm seeing. Launch angle 16.4, ball speed 163. Definitely much more of what I've been able to pull together with my driver lately. 163 ball speed, 290 carry. I wonder what the elevation is set at, because I feel like that might be just a little long, you know, but usually I'm about 280 carry on that. So every algorithm is different. I'll have to ask them about their carry algorithm, and you guys let me know what you think. But on a 164 ball speed launching, 16.4 hit really well with a little draw. What do you have that at? I mean, that's a pretty darn good little knuckleball up there. But 157.2 and 5 feet uphill. But look at the pin. See, this is where I have to be careful, and this is almost where you want to. I wish they had a green view, and maybe that's something I could ask them for, because you have the full drone flyover like this, but now I'm waiting for the video to go all the way up to the green to see what I'm dealing with, and I don't think they have that, you know, target view yet. So I'd like to have a target view, because check this out. This is another sucker pin like that one that I hit, and so I need to be careful here. I have a 8-iron in my hand, and I need to just kind of trickle this thing up there. So I'm going to try to knock a little off of this, hit a smooth 8. That was a really bad contact. Super thin. It's going to go probably further than I wanted. I tried to hit like a little cut shot and kind of stepped out of the shot, and that's what you get. That was a pretty bad swing, honestly. Oh, this is cool though. This is really cool because we get to see different stuff. So I'm on that first cut. We're looking at the ocean. I like that I think you can almost see like the shadow of the grass in the bunker. I do like the 3D grass. On this course in particularly, I mean, that looks solid to me. First cut looks pretty good. They got the fringe done pretty well. I've never played this course in real life, but I'd like to. It's pretty cool. Man, this is another one of those shots, but I don't think I can play that bump and run. I almost have to kind of flop it up and let it sit down, so I'm just going to try to play a little chip here. What am I losing? Oh, I'm in the fairway. I'm not losing anything. Down, down, down.
A safe play into the short stuff. Good shot.
Yeah, good shot, but too long. I got under it well. I don't even know if we've been putting much, so good to get some putting going on here. And this is a par 5, so honestly, you know, not a bad setup, all considering. I didn't think about that at first. I aim just a little left, and I've got it playing just a little over 23 feet. Go, go, go. Oh, man, I just played it just a little bit too far left.
And here comes Jay, who's looking to wrap up this hole. The ball has stopped just a couple of feet away from the pin. Again, if I've ever seen one.
It's a par party. It's a par party.
Jay steps onto the tee.
All right. Once again, we're seeing some shadows. I like that. See an aim point here. 300, 400-yard hole, so that's gonna, okay. I think I'd like to have them also add to the mini map the remaining distance. So like, depending on where you're gonna aim, tell me the distance that I have left to the hole. I think that's a cool feature. It's just one of those things that, you know, I'd like to know where, depending on where I'm aiming, what my next shot would be. I mean, it's obviously pretty easy to say, okay, if I landed at, you know, upwards of 300, I'm gonna have a 113-yard shot left, but all right. Keep this driver in check. Well, it wasn't the most amazing contact, but I think it's going to work out well. 163 ball speed. Launched it just a little bit higher than the last one. No complaints. 134. A little uphill. These are tough pins. Look at the pin location again. I'm not playing any wind, so I'm kind of being nice to myself, but at the same time, man, that is another tough pin. I don't think I picked hard pins, but you know, a lot of times the pin location isn't necessarily the location on the green, it's how flat it is near the pin for putting, and I would assume that's the case. So I'm going to play a pitching wedge. It should leave me a little bit short. Hit that really well.
That's right on target.
Little
Perfect
draw.
shot from Jay.
I mean, that could be so good. Oh, I knew it right when I hit it too. That was ideal, and we finally knock one in there. Here's the hole that I showed you guys.
Jay steps up to the tee.
Tell you what, I'm probably going to keep a pitching wedge in my hand. And if anyone hasn't seen that video yet, I'll show you what I did. I took the weather and I turned down the time of day to where it was kind of creeping right there, and it kind of glows off of the sun. So it's just a cool look. And then you can raise it back up. It changes the ocean color a lot, and I just kind of appreciate that. I like the look. You can clear up the clouds if you want to. So I could say, let's say it's a really nice day. You could sock it in. Say there's a storm coming, you're trying to get out of there. I mean, it's some pretty cool looks. Let's go right there. Let's say that, I mean, you see this a lot in these coastal environments when you're playing courses. There's one in Mayakoba that I've played before, and it was a nice day, but there was like marine layer type storm out there, and I was worried. And this is the look. It's pretty cool. All right. Once again, front pin. So you saw that last pitching wedge. I mean, I could probably get a 50-degree there, but I'd hate to leave it short and go in the water or something. So we'll try to hit a little soft pitching wedge. Chopping a little bit off the club here too. Oh, such a good
This
strike
one should
again.
end
It's
up
gonna be a
just
little
outside
long, I
easy
think,
putt territory.
but perfect execution, so no complaints there. All right, what do we got left for another birdie putt here? 18 feet, just uphill. So that's, I'm telling you, that's where these, I think it's on easy pins. That's where they get these from, is that it's mainly easy putts, not a lot of undulation. Makes total sense, even though it's a sucker pin up there if you don't get it to the green. Good view of the ocean. This is kind of funny. This is almost like the same play I had for the demonstration video. 18 feet. Just left of it. Get it. Right in the heart.
Jay has finally found the bottom of the cup. That was quite the journey.
You know, it's funny. I think it said that last time too, and I made birdie. It says finally found. They got to adjust that a little bit. I think it's a learning thing, so that, you know, that's how all AI works, just so everyone
Jay
knows
steps
that
onto the tee.
might not be that familiar with AI. Is AI generally is as good as what you teach it to do or say, you know, whatever it may be. So, I mean, there's AI that literally does nothing but just go out and do a big Google search, you know. It's funny, I have the new Apple Intelligence on my phone. They released it in a beta that was available, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's really cool to see where things are going. Oh,
This needs to get lucky.
definitely gonna need to get lucky on that. The face was open, it was a little heely. Finally, a miss out of driver. Ooh, I need to give him feedback on that. You saw that ball land on the cart path? It should have bounced. So I'm assuming that that doesn't have the right texture programmed. It says dirt, and it's gonna take off 10%, but when it hit the dirt, well, I guess if it's dirt and it's not like super hard packed, I mean, maybe that's personal preference on a programmer on how they want it to react. I don't know what style of dirt is at Teeth of the Dog. Maybe it's like a sandy, you know, which would make sense. It would hit, and unless it hit a rock. This is a par 4, and I left myself 187 out. So that's like a 6-iron, but I'm losing 10%. So I got to ask myself, I mean, I probably need to play a 5-iron. Oh man, that's kind of risky to tug a 5-iron. When you're playing with Apogee, there's a circle for your target that's about this big. I'll kind of bring my hand up. It's about that big. And there's a dot in the middle. Obviously, if you want to place it in the dead center, it's probably optimal, but it breeds well for me anywhere in the dead center. So my mat's getting a little old, got some bumps in it and stuff, so sometimes I'll move the ball a little off to the side. So the hitting area is big enough. It's not a huge hitting area though. Oh,
That
thin,
one could be gone.
Thin and tugged. My game is falling apart. I get to see you guys. That was just, once again, just came out of the shot. Gotta focus a little bit here. Look at this shot. Oh boy. All right. Well, it felt like I was coming out of the gate real strong. Now we got to pull it back together. 63 feet, losing 5%. I'll tell you what I really like about that is that I was coming out of the rough and it's on soft greens. It spun 4,300, which is like, okay, that's decent spin, right? I mean, I clipped it really well, but it released. And I'm assuming that means that it's, you know, in consideration that the ball was coming out of rough and the launch angle and everything. So I'm going to adjust the weather again. We kind of are playing the rainy weather. We'll clear it up a little bit again. Just kind of gets it a little bit brighter. Let's say it's getting a little bit later in the day. I just don't like it to get too dark with some shadows moving. There we go. There are other things too. Just so you guys know, I can move this down. There's fog available. So fog was rolling in. Say it was really foggy. Precipitation, rain. I mean, I have not seen much rain out there in software. And I don't know why they have snow. I don't think anybody's gonna be playing in snow, but you can play in snow. I think I showed that in one of the first videos. I don't think I would ever play in weather, really. I'll be honest with you, I'm a golfer that doesn't like playing in the rain either. I'm just a fair weather golfer. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll go out there in some cold weather, and if I have to, I'm signed up for a tournament, I'll put some rain gear on, but I'm not going out to play in the rain. 13 feet. This is the first one that's a little downhill. Oh, it burnt the lip. It burnt the lip.
And here comes Jay, looking like he might just wrap up this hole. The ball has stopped just a few feet away from the pin.
That's a
Again,
bummer.
if I've ever seen one. Jay steps onto the tee.
So this is interesting. Now I changed that weather, and now you see the ocean on this hole with the rocks and everything looking a little different. Now I could show you guys that instance that I did on hole number 5 where the time of day kind of moves on, and I'm assuming that the sun would, oh yeah, it's in a different direction because it's a different hole. So look at it, it's like gleaming different. But imagine that, imagine you're out here trying to get twilight in or something. I mean, that's pretty cool. And the reflection off the water and everything, the way that changes, I mean, you can actually go almost at night. And then you could come, let's say it was early morning, well, I also haven't seen that. So there's the moon that comes out. So that's something I haven't shown. And we were like here or so. I'll kind of leave it midday for a little while. 187. I need to get my game back in check a little bit here. Lots of talking and not a lot of focusing. That tends to be a challenge for me. Pretty good swing there.
If Jay keeps finding their greens, we can expect some low numbers on the card.
Yeah, so a little long. That's what happens when I clip a 6 iron with a little low launch. I mean, I'm normally a 185 carry, that's at 192. All right, what do we got here? 3 inches downhill, so playing 26-ish. And I might have to play just a tiny bit to the left. Come on, go. Oh.
And Jay takes his rightful place among the leaders. The crowd loves him.
Oh my gosh, how did that not go in? That's brutal. It's just, that's 2 that were
Jay
just
is teeing off on the
right
8th.
on the lip. I mean, just brutal. All right, hole number 8, once again, kind of by the water. Ooh, I'm not aiming left on this one, but I'll tell you what we will do. We will do a drone flyover for you guys because it's an oceanside hole, which I want you to be able to see. That way you can see the rocks and see all the, you know, different ocean looks on the beach. Everything along those lines. Just hit exit view mode. And let's swing and pray. All right, I do like the sand mixed in with rocks and grass and everything. I do like that look. All right, this hole will make you nervous, but I've been healing more shots than anything. So as long as it's not a toe hook, right? That should be pretty good. And that was missed low on the face. You see it only carried 267. Ball speed was real low. I mean, I also kind of purposely didn't attack that one because I was nervous on the couple driver misses there. So it was, I call that kind of like my scraper, you know, at the scraper shot. 32 yards. I would take little scrapers like that all the time as long as I'm in the fairway like this. I mean, par 4, I'm chipping 32 yards. I would take it. All right, 32 yards. Don't be too much. Way too much. Way too much. No feel on the short game. I mean, honestly, I'm a clockwork type person. I took that back for like 40 and then was gonna like decelerate because I wanted it to go higher. And yeah, this wasn't good distance control. I'm not gonna argue that. I left myself an easy putt. I mean, it's a 33 feet uphill. Good opportunity. I pushed that thing. Hopefully it even gets there. Cleanup? Oh. Oh man. Yeah, I probably would play the stimp maybe one more. Look at this. Little 5-6 footer. Little cleanup. All right. Finally.
Jay has finally holed out on this par 3. A great recovery from earlier struggles.
I agree with you. Did you notice the mini map goes to like a cup? I thought that was, yeah, it's interesting that it does that. So, I mean, here's an opportunity.
Jay steps up to the tee.
What am I, 1 under? Not playing the best round in the world, but I'm actually pretty happy, to be honest with you. All right, I think we can swing away on this. Swing away. Good to show course play though for you guys. Like I said, put a comment down there, let me know what you think, and we could play an on-demand course as well. And then we'll play with other launch monitors. Hardest swing of the day, 165.8. And it was just pinned center of the club. That was ideal for me. I'm gonna take that all day long. Launch angle is a little high. I've noticed that. I've launched a few. I just hit so far up on the ball, but I don't mind launching. I'm usually averaging around 16. So that launch was 18, and don't get me wrong, every launch monitor, could be a degree difference or so. That could be 17 on another launch monitor. Look at this. 217. I mean, I feel like I have to bust out the hybrid because I want to get it on the green. The problem is this, it's tough for me to make like a very light swing with this club. Generally, it's going to carry anywhere from like 220. Notice how I'm trying to get it. Let's see the ball keep rolling. It's just it has a little bump there from hitting so much. I'm going to chop a little off. We'll see if we can make a smooth swing. I just am worried this is going to be too much. .200, and that's what happens when you try to make a light swing rather than a normal swing. Well, look at this though. I'll take it all day. That's an eagle putt. Yeah, it wasn't good contact either. It just wasn't. I'd rather make full swings. I probably should have just grabbed a 4-iron, and rather than trying to steer one down there, and it never ends up being good contact. 32 feet, so essentially playing 30. Aim a little bit right. I hit that a little harder because I left
Wonderful
one
shot
short.
from Jay. That's fun to watch.
Almost an eagle, and it's gonna, I thought it was gonna roll out of the gimme zone. That's a birdie. Ended up 2 under. Ended up 2 under. Well, there you go. 9 holes, TruGolf, E6, Apex, golf simulator software.
It's Jay's turn now.
Let me know what you guys think. I'm happy to show you more. I will go out and play different courses, like I said, on demand. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and stay tuned. There'll be a lot more coming soon.